Hi, this is Roxy Kellerman with Court Title, and today I'm sitting here with Stacey Angston, my business partner in title. And I thought that we would take a little bit of time, Stace, to just talk a little bit about where we've been this year and share with the audience a little bit about where we're going to be going in 2019.
Right, sounds good.
Yeah, so let's talk about where we've been. This has been an interesting year. I mean, we've had not only a lot of team building, but we've had a lot of systems that we've had to put in place.
Right.
So can we talk a little bit about some of the things that you've seen us, that you can share with them, that will bring them some clarity on why we might be the best candidates for them to be using when it comes to a title company?
Well, you know, not unlike realtors, we're constantly having to reinvent ourselves for the state of the market and
Right.
what's going on with the market, what's going on in the industry as a whole with technology, the way that the consumer is really wanting to receive the information. So I think really more than anything, we have taken a look at what's gone on in 2018 and where we're going for 2019 and trying to go in the direction where the people are really getting that information in the way that they want to receive it.
Exactly. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that we've done to prepare. That way, especially when it comes to the technology that we have here at Court Title. I know that for us, the apps that we have are really great, but we're doing more and more in pictures as we've grown, and I think that's one of the things that I wanted to ask you, how that's felt to have something that was pretty much alienated to us. It wasn't even something that we did quite often, and now this is really the method that we share our message throughout the community. So how does that feel to you?
Well, for me, it does not feel good at all. This is so not in my comfort level.
Yeah.
This is your area of expertise, and you have dragged me out of my feeling really uncomfortable about it and
Yeah.
realize that it just, we just have to get out here and do it. And this is how the audience is wanting to get their information.
Yes,
right now.
exactly, yeah.
Is video. It's all about video.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're going to be doing more. A lot of our training, we have an entire library that we built last year alone, really just accumulating every single challenge and title issue that might come up, especially for a broker who may have multiple real estate agents in their offices and they cannot really communicate with each person except only to a sales meeting.
Yes.
They have
Yes.
this available to them. So let's talk a little bit about
that.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what you and I have done well, in my opinion, is we've taken the things that are really important in our industry and we've taken them and in a 2 or 3 minute video, we've identified what to look for in that event.
Right.
So for example, all of the things that are considered to be really important things in a transaction. Statement of information. Your transaction could live and die by your statement of information. A lot of people don't want to give that information up.
Right.
So we've put together a 3-minute video so that if you have a client that is frustrated that they don't want to fill this information out, they feel like it's an invasion, the agent can send this 2 or 3 minute video to the consumer so that they have a better understanding of what that is and why we need it.
Right.
And we've done that with a lot of important things that have to do with their transactions. So that's all available in our video library for consumers, for agents, brokers, etc.
Exactly. So that's one of the ways that we have taken a stand on scalability. One of the things that I found is that sometimes when a real estate agent is working on one transaction, that's the focus, that's where they're at. And everything else that matters in addition to that, like marketing, lead generating, that's going by the wayside. So this gives them an opportunity to really use the technology to bring them some great, valuable time, but also to be in front of the clients. I wanted to say one thing regarding the consumers. We as title reps don't usually get to see the end result. We're behind the scenes making everything work.
Right.
We know that going forward, we're going to have a way where we can make that contribution. So for our real estate agents and our lenders as well, but mostly for the real estate agents, because most people, consumers, just don't know what title insurance is. They don't realize that what work happens, first of all, to make that happen for them, but also they have a little bit of a lack of understanding the value that this brings possibly many years later. So do you want to say something about that, especially since you've been doing quite a bit of work with transactions that may be up to 10 years old and something comes up?
Yeah, I think that really just having a broad understanding of what it is that we do here. At the end of the day, we help you with so many facets of your business as an agent or as a lender. But at the end of the day, we are an insurance company. So I think understanding that you're working with the absolute best at determining really what's going on, how much of a risk is going on here, understanding what's going on in your transaction.
Right. One of the things that we want to do is to be able to work at a level 10 when it comes to the experience that a real estate agent has with us. So we have quite a few new facets that are coming on board for 2019. And do you want to share just a little bit about what that might look like for us regarding not only the technology that we have available, but also the ability to have the types of courses and classes that we teach? Because many people don't know that we actually build our own curriculum.
We do build our own curriculum. So anything from technology, lead generation, while you're out at an open house, what's the best way to help a consumer that's coming in that may or may not understand really what their options are? That's huge. Being able to find properties while you're out in the field. What is the best way to market yourself as an agent so that the consumer is able to find you easily?
Yeah, they look at you as if you were the Google.
Exactly.
They pick you on top of consciousness. They know who you are, not because you've been farming there, but because they know that you're that resource center, right?
Right, and it's I want to be the Google, as you say. That's so well put. You want to be the Google for what we do, and I think it's really important. And our main goal is to help them elevate themselves so that they're the Google for their industry.
Absolutely. And it can be done, and it's usually done by systems, not by just the market.
It's not by accident.
No, it's not by accident, and it really is done by systems, and that's how, a multi-billion-dollar company like McDonald's is built on the backs of 16-year-olds. It's based on really good systems.
And the systems are so important because being in the business for 22 years now in title, I can tell you that I used to watch the production and it would go like this.
Right.
Agents would have, they would have escrows going and then the escrows would close. And what was missing in that experience is the prospecting and the still being out there doing what they need to do to lead generate while they've got their escrows going.
Yeah.
So that is what I think we've become a master around, helping them put systems into place to keep their business prospecting while they're still running their escrows.
Exactly. And you're right, we are a master around that, and that takes a lot of practice. When you think about the people who make the most money around the world, you look at really the artists, the actors, the singers, the athletes, all of them require a lot of practice, and that's one of the things that I sometimes feel doesn't happen too much when it comes to real estate. So now we're going into 2019, and what I want to say just to the audience, and I hope that you will help me do that as well, is just know that we have a formula that we know that is very successful for the real estate community. We work San Diego and Temecula area and the Riverside area with such great joy. And if we did not have a Stacey, it would be a lot more difficult for us to even be able to scale. So do you want to close with anything for that?
If we didn't have a Roxy, it would be much more difficult to scale.
So good. Yeah. So my name is Roxy Kellerman, and I am, of course, representing Tycor Title with a lot of joy and happiness in doing that.
And I'm Stacey Engstead with Tycor Title.